Hi, this is Sarah from Aligned with Sarah. Today we are going to talk about the blame game, and that's exactly how I feel about it. This is part of a video series called Where Did My Energy Go? Because the blame game is a huge source of our energy draining. So when we're blaming, we're draining. We're draining our own energy into something very unproductive. So I got a lot to talk about. This is a passionate topic for me. My radar is hypersensitive to victimhood, which there's a video in this playlist about the victimhood and how to recognize it and how to overcome that and get that into a place of productive energy. Um, and my radar is also super sensitive to the blame game, to who it's somebody else's fault that these things are happening to me. That's the blame game. So, number one, we've just identified that it is a huge energy drain. And this video is going to touch in on some of the concepts that go into it and break it down into the way I perceive the blaming, and then some ideas to help loop that energy back in to yourself so that it could then be productive. So, building off of that concept of looping that energy back in, I want to talk about the real, if we were to change the word blaming to something else, we could very easily substitute it into like deflecting. So, and that's exactly what it's doing to our energy. It's deflecting it away from us so that it could be productive. So if we invest our energy in ourselves, we can not only control our own behavior, control our own belief systems, control our own habits, our mindsets. We can control all of our stuff and we can't control anybody else's. So when we're deflecting and we're blaming, this becomes that wasted energy because we're trying to control other people's mindsets, other people's decisions, other people's habits, other people's everything. And that does not lead to any growth in ourselves. That is better spent on trying to inspire, enlighten, be the model of what it is that you believe excellence is. And I cannot imagine that you can see your favorite superhero, or we're in warrior mode because this is where we're gearing up for our warrior school in January. If you could picture your ideal warrior, Xena, the warrior princess lady, or Superman, Wonder Woman, Spider-Man, the Incredible Hulk. I'm definitely in the comic strip thing, but any warrior that we think of, they own it, right? And they control their behavior and they control their responses, and they use all of their own energy for their own excellence, and it doesn't involve um, draining it out into any sort of blame game. So that first topic is that deflection, because I think it's such a eye-opening thought of when you hear yourself saying, but it was that person, but they did this, and recognizing that we're deflecting that energy, we're deflecting that responsibility, instead of having it loop back into how could this be productive for me and to me. So when we get out of that blame game, when we stop looking to kind of dump our energy into something else, we can really own the issue. And when we own the issue, that's when we can actually change the outcomes. We can change we can recognize what went into the experience, so then we can make sure that we don't do those things again. We don't set ourselves up to be around the same people. We don't set ourselves up for that failure. We can invest our attention in something that's going to change an outcome that we can control. So when we step away from that blame game, we own the issue, and then we can own the new outcome. So when we do that, and I just touched on this a moment ago, we set ourselves up for that impeccability, for that excellence that every warrior strives for. In my opinion, every person should have that as their goal. Um, Investing that energy in, do I want do I want that situation again? Okay, well, what are the ingredients that set that up so that experience happened or that outcome happened? And guess what? I'm the person that's pouring all these things into the mixing bowl of my life, and I get to choose what goes in there and then what comes out and how that moves me into excellence and impeccability, which is different than perfectionism. Perfectionism sets us up for failure. We miss 99% of the success because perfectionism only focuses on what's not there, what's wrong, what are the mistakes. So we're always looking to set ourselves up to be impeccable or excellent or something on those lines. Um, a shade in a world, I guess it's kind of like a world of difference from perfectionism. So when we own that behavior, when we recognize that I'm the one putting all these ingredients in this like mixing pot of my life or my day or my moment or my work or my home life, then I feel like we're not blaming anyone else. We're recognizing I put that in there. I put that in there. So here I am, and I get to decide, am I going to put that in there again? Am I going to set myself up for this same outcome? Am I going to keep setting myself up for the same outcome and keep blaming other people for dumping crap into my mixing pot of my day or my life or my job or my whatever? Because at the end of the day, if we have a boundary around our mixing pot of our day, then no one else can contribute to what goes into the mixing pot of our day. So that sets us up for success, recognizing, not blaming people. It sets us up to have a whole bunch of different energy. It sets us up for looping that lost energy back, recognizing that that's going out and not getting me anywhere. And then when we can learn to recognize it, pull it back in, it's like having 50% of that. We talked about that gallon of energy that we might have for the day. It's like having a giant chunk of that back, half of it left back, even a quarter of it back, and imagining that we have this half a gallon that we can reinvest into our own progress. It's an amazing feeling. And I say that because I've been there and I've done that. This is my journey that I'm talking about. I have the privilege of working with people and listening to their journey and sharing the things that I recognized during my journey and how it changed me when I couldn't ignore the stuff anymore. When I recognized it, I realized that I keep putting this back into my life. I need this to change. And when I recognized this blaming, um, it really changed a lot for me. It helped me own the situation. And then when I own it, then I realize I have the power to change it. So, like I said, this is going into the playlist for where did all my energy go. Here on YouTube, please like, please subscribe to this channel. I do the live uh, YouTube live stream of Let's Talk Tuesday, the first Tuesday of every month. So that's coming up here tomorrow. So if this uploads in time, I will be saying the correct date, but December 7th is the next live stream at 7 p.m. And we're going to be talking about the magic of believing. Ooh. And if we believe in ourselves, right, we're not going to be blaming other people. If we believe in ourselves, we're going to be owning that. December is all about light, all about believing. And when we get off the blame game train, we start believing in ourselves and magic happens. The light shines brighter. It's such a beautiful thing. So thank you for your attention during this video. I will see you again very soon with a live Let's Talk Tuesday on December 7th. And in the meantime, we have a ton of videos here. Please check them out. And I look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks so much.